everybody, this is Shelly from Dive Under the Cover, and today I'm going to do a little review of Shatter by Tahereh and Mafi, and it's a really pretty foily cover, so hopefully you can see that. So, stay tuned. Today I'm going to review Shatter by Tahereh and Mafi, and I just did like a whole video, and I'm going to try to do a short one and not give any spoilers, which is going to be really, really hard. I bought this book at Books A Million, and I got it for like $3.97. And I have it on my Kindle, and I actually have the second one on my Kindle, but I had not read them. And so I saw this. Heather, the girl who I do the blog with, read it quite a while back and loved it. And she read the second one, loved it. And so when I saw this one for so cheap, I decided, well, I'm just going to go ahead and pick it up. So I put it on my 25 books to read before the end of the year because I knew if I did that I would have a little bit more incentive to get it read. And then when Heather saw the books that I put on there, she was like, oh, you got to read Shatter you got to read Shatter So I read it. It didn't take me very long. It's really, really good. And you see here on the cover how it has this crossed out part. And then on the back it does the same thing. Okay, so when you're reading the book, in the beginning there's a lot of crossed out sections. And like this. So what that is in most books they'll put it in italics, but I don't know why. I guess the Shatter, I don't really know. I'm sure there's a point for it being like this. But what that is, those are her inner thoughts. And she has, sometimes they're kind of snarky, sometimes they're just, things that you think in your head that you would never say out loud, or things she knows deep down aren't true, but at the time they might feel like they're true, and she says them. So those are crossed out. So they're kind of cool to see kind of an inner monologue kind of thing going on. So, the main girl, her name is Juliet. I keep wanting to call her Josephina. I don't know why. Juliet. She's 16 years old, 17 maybe, and she is in an asylum. What they make it to be kind of insane asylum, but she's not insane. She has been put away for the good of others, I guess you could say. So she doesn't think of it as a special ability. I'm assuming at some point she will think of it as a special ability, kind of like a Heroes type. That's what this makes me think of, like Heroes, X-Men, where they have, something that sets them apart. This book is sometime in the future. It's not really very clear when, it doesn't say, in the year 2033 or anything like that. But it's clear that some type of event has taken place that's changed this part of the world, because it's in the United States from what I understand. But it's the only kind of hints to the fact that it's not present day is like she talks about how, the birds used to fly and things like that. So something's happened that's made it to where things are different. The government's different. There's like, this military group that's kind of taken over everything. So anyways, she's in an asylum, and she's not insane. And there's like a whole page where she has crossed out, I'm not insane, I'm not insane, I'm not insane. But the thing that led to her being put into the asylum is her touch. When she touches someone for very long, it causes them pain. Well, if any kind of physical contact causes the other person pain, and if it goes on for too long, then it can kill the other person. So that's what's happened. She was trying to save somebody, and in doing that, when she had to touch them, she actually held on too long, and it killed them. So that's why she's in this asylum. And her parents, her family, they're the ones that let her go, basically. They didn't want to have anything to do with her. They were afraid of her. So she's there, and it's been 250 some days, and she counts the days. She hasn't talked to anybody or seen anybody in this whole entire time. There are certain times of day that they'll let her out, and she has to go down this, dark hallway, and that's when she can take a shower and do those kind of things. But suddenly, the door opens, and someone comes in, and she's like, oh, what is going on? Why would they put someone in my my room with me, when the reason I'm in here is because I can't have contact with anybody. So they put this boy in there with her, and his name is Adam. And at first, she's real hesitant. She doesn't want to have anything to do with him. She doesn't want to talk to him. She hasn't talked to anybody. And I think she does want to talk to somebody, but I think she's afraid of why he's there. And so she realizes after, some time being with him, talking to him, that she knows him. And it's somebody that she went to school with whenever she was younger. And somebody that was nice to her when nobody else was nice to her. And so suddenly then he's gone. She doesn't know where he's at. And then somebody comes to get her. And she finds out that this military installment has taken an interest in her. And they take her to their headquarters or whatever. And their leader, who, when they describe him, he seems a lot older. And I cannot remember what his name is. I'm sure Walker or something like that. And anyway, he takes her, and he's described as someone who has he seems a lot older than what he is, but then when they tell you how old he is, he's only 19. So I think, like his father was somebody high up, and he gave him the charge over this specific base. And so he knows more about her than what he's letting on, and he wants her for something, and she finds out at some point that he wants to use her as a weapon. So she knows that she does not want to be used as a weapon. She doesn't know, a whole lot about her power is. She just knows that she can't, about what her power is. She just knows that she can't touch anybody. So she doesn't want to have contact with anybody. She doesn't want to, risk killing anybody again. So a lot of things happen, and I don't want to spoil it, so I'm not going to say a whole lot more. But this guy plays a pretty decent part, and he's in love with her also. But she is in love with Adam, and Adam is in love with her too. And I'm not going to tell you how she comes into contact with Adam again, because it's kind of a pretty big spoiler. But when the book ends, she is at a place where she finds out that she's not the only one like her. She finds out that there's a whole group of people who have these kind of powers that she has. Not her specific power, but she also finds out that there are people who are immune to her power. So there are people that she can touch that she doesn't harm. So that makes her life quite a bit better. If you think about, I'm a big sci-fi. I like to watch anything sci-fi I'll watch. And everybody's heard of Buffy and Angel. And there was a girl on Angel who, when she touched people, it would electrocute him, and it would electrocute the other person. So she wore these big long gloves because she couldn't touch anybody. Anyway, when I read about this, that's what she reminded me of. So she realizes that there are people who are immune to her power. She also realizes that in addition to hurting the other person, she actually gains pretty incredible strength and power from it. It's like she's draining their life or whatever through the pain that hurts them is actually giving her more strength. So at the end, she ends up with a group of people who have different abilities and stuff. And I think as the series progresses, it'll be more, more things will be revealed, I'm sure. I hope. I'm going to go ahead and read the second book probably pretty quickly. And then probably what I'll do is I'll just do a full series review. I probably won't review each one. I wanted to do this one because it was on my list, but the other ones I'll probably just wait till the end and just do a full series review. But if you like paranormal, young adult, it's got a pretty good love story. It's really good. X-Men, think X-Men, that kind of thing. And that's kind of what this book is. So if you've read it, leave me a comment and let me know what you thought about it. I know pretty much everyone I've talked to has really liked it. And I will say this, the writing is really, really well done for a first-time author. You just never know sometimes. Generally, if they're published like this, they're going to be pretty good. But the writing in this is just different, really, than anything I have read recently. Her style of writing is so engaging. And she has this way of, her descriptions are not your typical, I've never read anything like it, I'll be honest. She has a way with words that's just, it's just the way she writes is beautiful. It takes a little bit of getting used to at the first because it's not overly flowy, if that makes sense. I don't know. Once you get used to her style, you realize that, this didn't just. So she's really, really good. So I don't know how to describe it other than that. She just has a really, really beautiful way of writing things that in everybody's words wouldn't be beautiful. So that's the only way I know how to describe it. I really, really enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to the next book. And the next book, I think it's a trilogy. I'm not even sure. I just know there's going to be at least 3. So anyways, if you liked it, leave me a comment. Let me know. If you're planning on reading it, let me know. Anyways, I hope you will come back, see what I got for you next time. Thanks.